Alright, how's it going? Today we're doing a range test on the RidStar. I called it RidStar in my last video. I guess it's RidStar Q20 Pro. But before we start, I wanted to make a correction on some fake news, bad info I gave you guys in the last video. So I said that these batteries operate separately, where the rear controls the rear and then the electronics and the front just controls the front motor. That's not true. They work together, so you can shut the front battery off and the front motor will still work. You can shut the back battery off and both motors and the electronics will still work. So I don't know, I heard that somewhere and I assumed it was true, and so that's why I said in my video, so I apologize. I'll do better next time. Thanks to, I forgot his name, but I'll put it right here for pointing that out to me. Also, I forgot to mention in my last video that it comes with this little bag here. It's pretty handy to have just a little bit of storage. You can put your phone in here and then it has some storage. Also, another thing I didn't mention was it has a USB charger here connected to the display, so you can charge your phone like I'll be doing right here. So you can see someone is charging. So I'll be using this GPS app to record my mileage, top speeds, and all that kind of stuff. So when I do my range test, I always do them in full power mode, right? So it's the worst case scenario, so that way you can see what is the very least amount of range you can expect out of this bike. So that's how I like to do them. I'm 275 pounds. I'm going to be riding in dual motor mode the entire time, in full power mode. A lot of people get confused about that, so just know that you're gonna get a lot better range than that if you're running rear motor only and at a lower power level. But what I also do is kind of just do how I would ride every day. So some street, some like park trails, stuff like that. Today I'm going to be heading out to the waterfront. So if you didn't catch my last video, here's a quick overview of the bike and its specs. So the RidStar Q20 Pro is a dual battery. It's got dual 52 volt 20 amp hour batteries for a total of 40 amp hours and I think 2080 watt hours. It's got dual 1000 watt hub motors. It's got a 7-speed with Shimano derailleur and your basic Shimano shifter. It's got the half throttle with a key, full suspension, front and rear, non-adjustable, but it's very firm. It's got 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes with 180 millimeter rotors, headlight and turn signals, brake light, running light, and rear turn signals. 5 levels of power that works for both throttle and pedal assist. Comes with this handy little bag here, and it comes with mirrors. Before we get too far into the video, if you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button, click the like, share, and please watch to the end. It helps my channel a lot. I'm really trying to get to that 10,000 subscriber mark. You could help me out. Thanks in advance. Also, one of the things I mentioned in my last video was the display speed was a lot higher than the display on the GPS. And I went into the settings and the wheel size was set to 23 inches instead of 20 inches. And so I put it to 20 inches and now the top speed seems to be pretty accurate. I mean, more accurate. It's probably about 2 miles an hour off there. So while we have a full charge, let's do a top speed run really quick. Looks like 31 miles an hour for me. So far, I'm actually having a lot of fun on this bike. I like this bike a lot. So I do highly recommend this bike. I mean, the only downside I would say is, personally, I like going a little faster into the 40s. But, you know, bikes like that aren't really road legal. But I mean, as far as acceleration and torque, it's really fun to ride. The quality seems really nice. It has good brakes, good suspension, all that kind of stuff for this level of bike. If you were on the fence about this thing, go ahead and buy it. You won't be sorry. It's really fun. And it's under $2,000 for a dual motor, dual battery bike, so it's a pretty good deal. There's a link in the description. Oh, I got 32 miles an hour right there. Another thing you should know about these dual motor bikes is there seems to be some confusion about how much more energy they draw. And so I have a very basic understanding of it. Essentially, you have the weight of the bike. Let's just say, how much energy does it take to get this bike up to its top speed for the voltage? 32 miles an hour in this case, right? I don't know what that is. Let's just say it takes 100 units of energy, which isn't a real thing. So if it takes 100 units of energy to get the bike up 32 miles an hour, that load is all going on a single motor for a single motor bike. For a dual motor bike, that load is being divided into 2, right? So 50% of the load is on the front, 50% on the back, which still comes out to 100 units of energy to get this bike at this weight up to 32 miles an hour. But it's not exactly the same, right? Because you have the added weight of a second motor. So with the added weight, and you are using a little bit of extra energy running the second motor. So basically, a good rule of thumb is that a dual motor e-bike is going to run about 20% less efficient than a single motor, right? Some people think, oh, if you have two motors, it's double. No, it's not double. And some people think it's more efficient or just as efficient as a single motor. No, it's not. It's about 20% less efficient. While we're still at the beginning, I'm going to guess I get about 30 miles of range out of this thing. Again, that's full power mode, dual motors. I think 30 miles is probably about it. So at the faster you go, the amount of energy required to run the bike increases on an exponential curve, right? It's not linear. And since I'm pretty much going full throttle, full speed a lot of this ride, it's going to use a lot more energy than if I was, going 15 or 20 miles an hour the whole way, right? So again, at 30 miles on a 40 amp hour battery at 52 volts is actually pretty good. Now again, you could probably get 70 miles out of this thing. You put it in mode 1, single motor, you know what I mean? You could get a ton of range out of it. I'm 5 miles in, I lost a bar. There's 5 bars. That'd be 25 miles, but there's probably some voltage sag that make that bar going. I'm sure when I left the throttle, it'll go back to full.
Riding on the Q20, yeah, we going fast. 2 batteries strapped, I ain't running out of gas. 52 volts, got that torque, feel the blast. 32 miles per hour, I'm never coming last. Slicker than wet paint on a summer night. Silent as a cat, creep street lights, my spotlight. Engine hums, jazz tunes, rhythm out of sight. Cruising through the pavement, starting my own flight. Cabs and buses left behind in the haze. Zooming through the city, dodging all delays. Street art on the walls, colors in the craze. Urban jungle vibes, got no time to praise. Riding on the Q20, yeah, we going fast. 2 batteries strapped, I ain't running out of gas. 52 volts, got that torque, feel the blast. 32 miles per hour, I'm never coming last. Night breeze in my face, neon dreams embrace. Pedal power so nimble like a fan of my trace. Busy streets can't keep up with the pace. Concrete jungle cruise, this my kind of race. Corner deli smells, pizza on every block. Rolling with my groove, no need for the clock. Subway tunnel screaming, but I prefer to rock. Underdog anthem, just me and my shock. Corner deli smells, pizza on every block. Rolling with my groove, no need for the clock. Subway tunnel screaming, but I prefer to rock. Underdog anthem, just me and my shock.
It's crazy, this sunken sailboat is still here. It was like way over there, I think on the other side of that pier. I don't know how it got over here. I think the hurricane must have moved it from over there to over here. Yeah, this thing has been sunken for a long time. All right, well, I'm gonna head on over to another favorite spot of mine. I'll cut back in over there. Pretty cool looking bike. All right, so where are we at? So we're at 14.6 miles. And we're still down just 1 bar there. That's why I hate it when they don't have percentage where the battery gauge is, because you have no idea where you're at. These bars don't really mean anything. Seems that most of the bikes I've been reviewing lately, none of them have the percentage on there, so it's kind of annoying. I guess that's another thing I don't like about this bike, is they don't have the percentage sign. Still, I like almost everything, but that is a little bit annoying. All right, let's continue on. I made the huge mistake of not putting on bug repellent before I left. My legs are getting destroyed. All right, well, I'm gonna head towards home now. By the time I get home, I should be over 20 miles in. I mean, I can't say for sure, but it kind of seems like this is gonna outperform the AKES King Kong, which is a single motor, and it has 41 amp hours. But we'll see. I'm gonna break this ride up into 2 days. I'll come back out and finish it up tomorrow morning. And we'll see. Without the percentage sign, I'm pretty much riding until the bike just dies on me or power cuts out, because I'll have no idea where I'm at.
Riding on the Q20, yeah, we going fast. 2 batteries strapped, I ain't running out of gas. 52 volts, Got that torque, feel the blast, 32 miles per hour, I'm never coming last. Slicker than wet paint on a summer night, silent as a cat creeps, street lights my spotlight. Engine hums, jazz tunes, rhythm out of sight, cruising through the pavement, star on my own flight. Cabs and buses left behind in the haze, zooming through the city, dodging all delays. Street art on the walls, colors in the craze. Urban jungle vibes, got no time to praise. Riding on the Q20, yeah we going fast. 2 batteries strapped, I ain't running out of gas. 52 volts, got that torque, feel the blast. 32 miles per hour, I'm never coming last. Night breeze in my face, neon dreams embrace. Pedal power so nimble like a phantom of trace. Busy streets can't keep up with the pace. Concrete jungle cruise, this my kind of race. Corner deli smells, pizza on every block. Rolling with my groove, no need for the clock. Subway tunnels.
Now, what I do like about the shape of this seat is you can kind of move back and forth a little bit when you start getting uncomfortable to sort of change positions. So it makes the bike a little bit more comfortable to ride longer distances. The stiffer suspension does kind of take a toll though. Oh, I dropped another bar there. So now I'm 2 bars down. Top speed is still maxing out at 32, so we haven't lost any top speed yet. Alright, so now we're a little over 20 miles in, still have 3 battery bars. So it's looking pretty good so far. Alright, I'm back home now. We are at 21.7 miles and 2 bars left. So we'll finish this up in the morning. For you, it's going to be right now. Alright, so I've been riding around a little bit this morning. I'm at 7.74 miles. I just lost 1 more bar, so I'm down to 1 bar. So what do we at total? Yesterday we left off at what? 21.7, so we're 29 point something now, coming up on 30 miles. So right around what I was expecting, about 30 miles. I'm going to keep riding until it goes into limp mode. I'm not going to ride it till it dies because that's bad for the battery. But as soon as the power cuts out pretty good, I'm going to go home and we'll call it there. I'm still getting 28 miles an hour top speed, so it's actually maintains a pretty good top speed even when the battery's fairly depleted. Not fairly, but pretty depleted. So that's a good sign. So we'll cut back in when I'm home and give you the final results. Just a quick update, I'm 12.8 miles in, still on 1 bar, haven't really lost any power yet. So it's actually, we're over almost 34 miles now, which is excellent. Let's see how far we get. So don't get confused, 34 miles may not seem like a lot, but it is for the way I'm riding, which is full power mode, dual motors, pretty much full throttle the entire time. Besides the 2 parks I went to, I've been doing like top speed almost the entire ride. So what that means is, like, if you maybe go to power 3 mode, you can probably squeeze 60 miles out of this thing easy if you needed to. Maybe even more. Just started getting the blinking battery symbol, so I'm going home now. It's funny, even with the blinking battery symbol, you still get a pretty good top speed. That's a really good sign that your top speed doesn't degrade a lot. You pretty much get a pretty decent top speed throughout the entire life of the battery. Alright, at home you can see the battery's blinking. We did 13.7 miles, 31 miles per hour top speed today. That's actually, let's see what the total is here. So 35.25 miles. That's very, very good. For 40 amp hours at 52 volts, running 2,000 watt motors in just full power mode the whole time, that is a very good range. So overall, I'm extremely impressed by this bike. Like, they did a solid job on it, and for the price, $1,800. I mean, you really can't beat it. This RidStar is, it's a high quality bike for a low price. You get decent range, you get really fun power. 32, 33 miles an hour top speed. You get 4 piston brakes. Highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye.